Hello, my wonderful people. Greetings to you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are, depending on your location, depending on where you are hearing me from at this point in time. On a welcome to this day. This one, na Tuesday, early morning broadcast. Anywhere where you dey. I am Nnamdi from the platform of Okute Daily Talk. I don't always salute to give you. Whether you there for north, east, west, north and south. Are you locally or in diaspora? I beg, receive my greetings. Na me the talk, I never change. Mo Nwemo Okute, I don't arrive. I'm just landing now from Laos. And I know one country where they call Laos. That country, the population itself is not even up to half of Biafran land, but they are a country. Then look at Biafrans that have population over 75 to 80 million or even more than that if care is not taken. Are still begging to have their own republic or the referendum to choose whether to belong to the contraption called Nigeria or to belong to their own government of Biafran, the southeastern region. Whichever way it is, make on hear the headlines we have for us this day. Please, as you are watching, make sure you are subscribing. As you are subscribing, make sure you are sharing any of my message. Let every of my message you come across, let it go viral. Whether you like it or you hate it. Because not everything you like that somebody else will like. And not everything you hate that another person will hate. Once it gets to your notice, once it gets to your table, make sure your next door neighbor or your colleagues in the office get to know about Okute Daily Talk. The place where we tell you the undiluted truth about this Biafran struggle, about Nnamdi Kanu's detention at the DSS, about his health, and about every other thing you need to know concerning the southeastern region, the Biafra, the IPOP, the ESN, and also concerning the saboteurs in our land. I know them, I don't need to mention their names. So whichever way it is, make gonna hear this headline and the breaking news before we proceed to the main reason why we are here this morning. Breaking news. Nnamdi Kanu, Mike OZEKHOME makes fresh request to DSS over IPOP leaders' health condition. That is a part of the headline we have today. Another one, the same Mike OZEKHOME allow Nnamdi Kanu to see new doctors for ear surgery. IPOP lawyer, Chief OZEKHOME, writes DSS. This one is another part of the news because everything about this week it is about Nnamdi Kanu, his ear surgery, his health, his doctors, and the so-called DSS that is working against the IPOP leader. Another one we have here, Nnamdi Kanu ordered independent doctors, life in danger. Aloy Aloysius Ejimako replies IPOP's Edoziem, Cheka Edoziem, this message is for you. It seems like you make a comment that is contrary to what Aloy Ejimako is fighting for. So he has just replied you. Anywhere where you do, make you hear this message when we come clear. Invite Nnamdi Kanu, Dokubo, enemy of government. Ohaneze tells Tinubu on what to do. We have been struggling. Let Deborah Samuel's family narrate ordeal with Apostle Chibuzo. Sheikh Usani reacts as Tinubu sacks all service chiefs. We are moving forward. Tinubu appoints El-Rufai's ally, 3 others as presidential aides. So, my wonderful people, when I don't hear the headlines, so now there we go take pick our news as we are about to proceed. Please, I want you to do me a favor. Tighten your seatbelt because all the whole news, all the whole headlines I just read out now. You'll find out that, my dear brothers, this one is boss. It's going to be fire for fire. I am going to touch-talize a lot of people. If you reach your turn and you come to my comment section and do anyhow, my brother or my sister, you will see anyhow. So, my wonderful people, let us go straight to the reason why we are here this morning. Chief Mike OZEKHOME, son, the lead lawyer for the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu Ahmadike one of Igbo land, has tabled a fresh demand before the Department of State Service DSS over his client's health status. Nigerian news report that Kanu has been in the custody of the DSS following his arrest or abduction and repatriation to Nigeria from Kenya. However, lawyers of the detained IPOB leader have been pushing for the secret police to allow their client to get access treatment for his alleged ailment. And still yet, they remain adamant. I don't know what they are looking for. I don't know why they choose to turn their back on the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. But look at Ayo Fayose, who is on trial for 6.9 billion naira misappropriation of funds, public funds, is now granted sick leave. Sick leave to travel abroad for medical treatment. That is why you see the country can never work. Imagine Nigeria with their own shattered what do I call it? Either law or whatever, or judiciary system of what they are doing in this country called Nigeria. A former governor, a two-time governor for good 8 years, do not erect a single hospital that can be able to handle his health. Then the same judiciary quick know that this man misappropriated almost all the whole funds left on his care to take care of that very state and other things. He didn't do it. He siphoned those funds. They are rewarding impunity by granting him sick leave to travel abroad for medical treatment. Yet, or you people will address him as former governor of a state. This is painful and it is unacceptable. What they are doing in Nigeria is suffer those who supposed to be guided in this country. Then those who are the ones that make law that they don't abide to, they are the ones that are being protected. But the owners of the country are being suffered in one way or the other, giving them unnecessary treatment that is not supposed to be so. Nigeria report that Kanu has been in the custody of the DSS following his abduction from Kenya. However, lawyers of the detained IPOB leader have been pushing for the secret police to allow their client to get the necessary treatment for his alleged alignment or alleged illness. In a letter sent to the DSS on Monday, Mike OZEKHOME urged the DSS to allow Kanu to see his new doctors, noting that his former doctor was currently out of Nigeria. OZEKHOME explained that Kanu was scheduled for a surgical operation on his left ear at a yet to be picked date, and that the new doctors Uche Ukuije and David Ukoha had confirmed their availability for an initial interference with him. The said doctors need to be personally met with our client for a formal agreement, since he will be meeting them for the first time ever, he said. It is against the backdrop of the foregoing that we respectfully request that the herein named medical doctors be allowed access to our client for a formal engagement meeting, the statement obtained by the Sahara reporters added. Nigerian news recalled that the lawyer to Kanu, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, had in February 2023 raised the alarm that his principal needed to undergo ear surgery urgently. Ejiofor had said Kanu's left ear was badly impaired on account of the torture he received in the hands of his abductors in Kenya. The lawyer had made this known in a statement following his visit alongside other lawyers to the detained IPOB leader in the custody of the Department of State Service, DSS. Allow Nnamdi Kanu to see new doctors for ear surgery. IPOB lawyer Mike OZEKHOME writes DSS once again. The lead counsel of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mike OZEKHOME, or you can call him Chief Mike OZEKHOME, has urged the Department of State Service DSS to allow the agitator to see his new doctors. OZEKHOME made the appeal in a letter to the secret police on Monday, where he noted that Kanu's former doctor was out of the country. OZEKHOME, a senior advocate of Nigeria, said the IPOB leader was scheduled for a surgical operation on his left ear at yet to be determined date. He said the new doctors Uche Ukwu Ije and David Ikoha have confirmed the availability for the initial interference with him. The letter reads, the said doctors need to personally meet with our client for a formal agreement since he will be meeting them for the first time ever. It is against the backdrop of the foregoing that we respectfully request that the herein named medical doctors be allowed access to our clients for a formal engagement meeting. This is coming at a time when Kanu's younger brother, Kanu said Michael OZEKHOME and the Ifeanyi Ejiofor service was no longer needed. The question is, Kanu the one that employed these people to work for Kanu? Then tell me, how can you sack somebody you never employ? Or how can you stop the service of these lawyers that have been doing immensely well to make sure that case of Nnamdi Kanu is being attended in a sweet manner? He said OZEKHOME prevented doctors sent by the family from carrying out a medical examination on Kanu, according to Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu ordered independent doctors, life in danger. Ejimako replies, IPOBs, Chika, Idoziem. Lawyer Ejimako, the special counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on Saturday said the Biafran agitator directly assigned the task of getting an independent medical doctor that would attend to him. Ejimako made a clarification while rubbishing a publication by IPOB's chieftain, Chika Idoziem, that he and the two medical doctors are banned from visiting Kanu in detention of the Department of State Service, DSS facility in Abuja. He noted that Idoziem was endangering Kanu's life by preventing medical doctors from having access to the IPOB leader. Ejimako disclosed that Kanu gave him the assignment as part of his complex brief and as part of the all-round effort to garner the urgent independent medical care that he required. In the statement he signed, Ejimako said he and Kanu's family should be excluded from matters concerning his health. According to lawyer Ejimako, my attention has been drawn to a defamatory press release presently in active publication and circulation, signed and distributed by one Chika Idoziem, purporting to be leader of IPOB Department of State, that is DOS, stating that he has banned me from visiting my client, Nnamdi Kanu, at the DSS, where he is being detained extrajudicially and unconstitutionally. Additionally, in the same press release, the said Chika Idoziem stated that he has banned me from taking independent doctors to the DSS to visit Nnamdi Kanu for the purpose of making an independent assessment of his present health care needs. In the same token, the said Chika Idoziem uttered warnings, grave threats, innuendos, and false allegations against my person and the Kanu family. First, let me make it crystal clear that according to the court order on visitations with Nnamdi Kanu, it is Nnamdi Kanu alone that possesses the sole power and the discretion to choose whoever he deserves or desires visitation from. No other person can choose or impose visitors on Nnamdi Kanu, not even the DSS, the Nigerian government, the courts, the IPOB, and the Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers or relatives. Therefore, this Chika Idoziem and his ilk have no place in this matter of who is approved to visit Nnamdi Kanu, be it his lawyers, his doctors, or his relatives. Second, it is also Nnamdi Kanu alone that has the power to invite a medical doctor of his personal choice to have a visitation with him. He had done it in the past, in August 2022, to my knowledge, and even as the visitation was mysteriously blocked at the last minute, my efforts and follow-up with the doctor generated the very first and only independent medical opinion that is being used today by all his lawyers and others in advancing his case and pressing for the urgent medical attention he required since the rendition. For avoidance of doubt, it was Nnamdi Kanu who directly assigned this task to me as part of my complex brief as his special counsel and as part of all-round efforts to garner the urgent independent medical care that he requires. There's nothing in this critical task that made it necessary that this matter of health, which had been urgent and Herculean, must be exclusive to just one person, and that my humble self and Nnamdi Kanu's family should be excluded from matters concerning his health, according to chaii. The special counsel says that the same publication suggested that Edoziem unwittingly admitted that he and his heir were part of the grand conspiracy that had blocked the two doctors chosen by Kanu to visit him on the 6th of June 2023, just because he was the lawyer that had, as part of my brief and the instructions, prepared the letter of introduction the DSS had demanded for the visitation, and at last the critical time. He added, "This is just shocking and ominous to say at the least. But leaving that aside for the moment, let me sound this note of warning. When you block independent medical doctors from visiting Nnamdi Kanu, even when you knew that it was him that personally chose those doctors and invited them, you must know that you are deliberately endangering his life. Think about it. More so, it is pertinent to drum it home that it is inherently able for anyone to use the life and death matter of Nnamdi Kanu's health to settle phantom scores with his family or any of his lawyers. So going forward, any person who is still walking this dangerous path should be well advised to cease, desist, and pedal back. If you persist, the Gosi Nnamdi Kanu, the whole world knows, will soon stop you, because it is so wrong and he doesn't play with his health like you are doing at the moment. Finally, the highly publicized and sensationalized statement by this Edoziem and his heir that my humble self, the Kanu family, and the two doctors were blocked on 6 June constitute danger to the life, health, and safety of Nnamdi Kanu has been noted in stone and will be dealt with at the forum and place of my choosing. In the meantime, I am dealing with the private threats issued against my person and family on account of such grave accusations. Invite Kanu Nnamdi Dokubo, enemy of government, and Eze tells Tinubu. Apex Igbo Social Cultural Organization and Eze Igbo Youth Council worldwide has expressed outrage over the attack on Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra (IPOB), by ex-militant leader Asare Dokubo. The Igbo group urged President Bola Tinubu to ignore the lies of Dokubo and invite Kanu for a round-table discussion. Daily Post report that Dokubo had, while speaking to journalists after a meeting with the president, Tinubu branded the IPOB leader a criminal. He also told Tinubu not to release him. His statement or sentiment has continued to draw the ire of Ndi Igbo, with many accusing him of reaching beyond his bounds. In a statement issued on Sunday by the national president of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo Youth Council worldwide, Mazi Ukwu Nnabuike, he accused Dokubo of being sponsored by those who want to destabilize President Tinubu's government and the peace of the nation. Ukwu said it was unthinkable that at the time many patriotic citizens of the country were thinking of ways to unite the country, Dokubo, who postures as a son of the president, was busy throwing up ideas that would further polarize the country. We have always known Asare Dokubo as a rebel, Rosa, who is not interested in the progress and prosperity of this nation. This is a man who had been in the creeks for years, sabotaging the country's economy. We all know what it is to sabotage economy of a country. What other crime could be more than this? But curiously, the same man who claims to have repented, even when his boys are still in the creeks, has the temerity to brand Nnamdi Kanu a criminal. When did Asare Dokubo become a court or competent jurisdiction to decide who is a criminal? He has only taken his hatred for Ndi Igbo too far, Oku said. The Igbo group urged President Tinubu to ignore Dokubo and his ex, who are not in any way interested in the positive future of our country, but their selfish gains. Mr. President made it clear that he is ready to unite the fragmented country he inherited from the past administration, and he has been so much applauded for this. We urge Mr. President to go ahead and not allow his administration to be derailed by hypocrites like Asare Dokubo, who want to feed fat from the form of crisis in the country. Mr. President should be wary of him and his sponsors who are enemies of his government. Federal government should do well to invite and engage Nnamdi Kanu and other agitators. They are fighting for justice and marginalization. If the government could engage members of Boko Haram who have killed and maimed millions of people, it should not find it hard engaging anyone that is agitating. Mr. President is one of those who violently fought in the future or in the favor of democracy and justice in the past. He should give a listening ear to Nnamdi Kanu. Ohaneze, however, warned Dokubo to desist from any further attempt to use Nnamdi Kanu's or dare to promote his personal interest. Enough is enough. We warn him to henceforth stop using Ndi Igbo as an avenue to promote his ego. Everyone knows he has personal issues with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have been struggling late. Let Deborah's family narrate audio with Pastor Chibuzo. The family of the late Deborah Samuel has cried out over their current ordeal with Port Harcourt-based pastor Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere of Omega Power Ministry, OPM. Najados recalled that on May 12 of 2022, Deborah, a female student of the Shehu Shagari College of Education, Sokoto State, was killed by Islamic extremists over blasphemy allegations against Prophet Muhammad. Apostle Chibuzo intervened and relocated led Deborah's dad, mom, and siblings to Port Harcourt to start a new life. However, Foundation for Investigative Journalism recently visited Deborah's family and they opened up about their current struggle. Contrary to claim that they were offered a free apartment, Deborah's parents said the reverse is the case, as the landlord has informed them about the next payment or quit the house. Let Deborah's father, Emmanuel, also revealed he was given a fairly used vehicle which he was using for taxi service before it developed faults and packed up. He said, from time to time, the OPM leader used to call to check on us. He paid the rent. Right now, the rent for this apartment has expired. The landlord has told us to renew the rent or we leave. All the appliances and equipment in this apartment belonging to OPM. We don't own it. The first time OPM brought us to Port Harcourt, they brought food items to us. After that first time, we have been struggling on our own. OPM got me a car. It was a Toyota Corolla, but it wasn't new. It was a fairly used vehicle and the car has developed some faults. I was using it as a taxi before, but it has some challenges and I have packed it up. Right from the day OPM gave me this car, the car has been developing faults. On the first day I tried to take my children to school, the car broke down on its way back.